Hi, welcome to Friday, the 2nd of August, and it's the last day of our working week, but tomorrow we've got our live program. I think we're going to be spending quite a lot of time on trying to wade through all these latest immigration changes. I mean, it's been the most profound change to immigration rules here in Thailand, well, not only since I've been here for some 13 years, more than 13 years now, but really the last 30 years, especially with the changes to the arrival details for people from 93 countries. And we're also going to have a quick look at the DTV. There's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet. I've tried to synthesize it, and I think I've sort of got it pretty right. So we'll find out tomorrow on the live program between 9 and 10 a.m. And we look forward to you joining us. It should be a bit of a good chat. Of course, it'll also have some 500, 600, 700 people who will also be able to not only ask questions, but provide their analysis of what they think's going on. So let's hope by the end of tomorrow's program, we might have a better idea of exactly what's going on with some of these immigration and visa changes. All right, some sad news to kick off today. And from the Facebook page of ASEAN Now, Dutch teenager falls to death from cliff at viewpoint in Krabi. And the Bangkok Post giving us some more details. Dutch man found dead on Southern Mountain. One of just many beautiful places to view and hike in Krabi. And an 18-year-old Dutch man was found dead on a mountain after waiting alone overnight for his parents to join him. Rescue workers say they found the body of Tim Bakker on what's locally known in English as Dragon Crest Mountain. At about 2 p.m. on Thursday, the young man and his parents had trekked to the top of the mountain on Wednesday. His parents descended in the afternoon to find food. We'll find out why in a moment. When they returned, they didn't find their son at the location where they'd arranged to meet, and they called their son's phone but received no answer. And they subsequently called for help with a search. Nation Thailand gives us a few more details. Body of missing Dutch teen recovered from Dragon Crest Mountain in Krabi, and officers had been searching since the previous night, and it took over 20 hours to find the body. And one of the searchers said, I spoke to the deceased parents. They said their son had told them he didn't have the strength to walk back down from the viewpoint. They returned with drinking water but couldn't find him. We need to investigate further to determine the exact cause of this tragedy. And the hike to the Dragon Crest Mountain viewpoint is approximately 3.7 kilometres, a 4-hour walk for a round trip. One thing a lot of people forget is that the heat and the humidity can sap a lot of energy out of you. Now, if you do come from a cold climate and you just arrive in Thailand and start doing some of these long hikes, you're going to be surprised by just how much energy the sort of humidity saps from you. So just take a lot of water with you wherever you go. I was caught climbing up now it was in Krabi, it was the Dragon Temple or something. There's 1,000 steps to get up there. By about 400 steps, I had to stop for about half an hour to sort of regain my strength. So please be careful when you are walking around the humidity of Thailand. We go to our next story, a bit of good news and bad news. Well, maybe it's good news and better news. Let's see. Nation Thailand reporting electricity bills to remain unchanged at 4.18 baht per unit. And the local Energy Regulatory Commission say they're going to keep the fuel tariff from September to December this year, which will keep the electricity capped at 4.18 baht per unit. Now, I'm betting if you are renting a property, particularly a condo, you might be paying more than that, and some of that's not going to the cost of the electricity. And the Commission's Secretary-General said the move to keep the FT changed was in line with the Cabinet's resolution to retain the ceiling on power bills as part of the government's bid to help ease people's financial burdens. Then we go to this Bangkok Post story, and the power tariff set to fall by early 2025. And this is the better news part of the story. And the power tariff, which will be capped at 4.18 baht per kilowatt hour to maintain electricity prices until the end of this year, is likely to decrease early next year. as global demand for liquefied natural gas is thought to be decreasing. And the demand and supply of LNG plays a key role in determining the tariff rate, which is used to calculate power bills. And if there's no events such as severe geopolitical conflicts that would affect the energy prices, and the government maintains its policy to spend part of the income from electricity bills to settle its debts, the power tariff will decrease or remain at the current rate. So yeah, it is good news, the electricity price staying the same until at the end of the year, and perhaps even better news if the tariff drops next year. Sort of doubt that's going to happen, but it would be good news as we enter the hot season next year, having to pay the air conditioning bills for 4 houses. And some overstay news today. Just a good reminder just to keep a good eye on your visa situation and make sure you don't overstay. 1 or 2 days, not going to be a problem. You can pay your 500 baht per day penalty at the airport. More than that, you're going to start getting into trouble, like these people. The Bangkok Post reporting 7 visa overstayers arrested in Phuket. The story says that 7 foreign nationals have been arrested because immigration officers conducted random visa inspections at locations where foreigners suspected of visa infractions were known to stay. So I'd be fascinated to know where that is. It was part of a 10-day crackdown operation that started on July 23. There was 1 Pakistani, 2 Egyptians, 3 Nigerians and 1 Myanmar national. 5 of them were found to have overstayed from 46 to 213 days, but a Nigerian man had overstayed by 20 months and a Pakistani man by 3 years and 9 months. The fine for a visa overstay is 500 baht per day to a maximum of 20,000 baht, and an overstay exceeding 90 days will also result in the person being banned from the country for 1 year or more. So yeah, just a good reminder to keep an eye on the dates on your visas. Okay, to the next one. This is a bit of a look, a bit of a spotlight on the way Thais are using media or consuming media here in Thailand. I think very interesting. It was published in the Bangkok Post, and it says Thailand Media Landscape 2024. And just a quick background, a nationwide study conducted by Market Buzz, in which 700 Thais were asked to keep a 7-day diary, shows how they're navigating the evolving media environment. So how are they using the environment? Well, these are the increases at the top in green and the decreases below. The social media just continues to explode. 24% more social media this year compared to last year. Just the internet, 19% more. Streaming, e-commerce, online gaming, other apps and streaming music all continue to increase. But as we sort of know, radio, newspapers, books, magazines continue to decline in usage. And this is the amount of time people spend on different devices, mobile phones by far exceeding anything else. So many people in Thailand consuming life through just that small screen on a mobile phone. And then you've got things like television, which is a bit higher than I thought. Still at 32%, laptops, desktops, and then radio right down there at 6%. I can't tell you the last time I actually used my radio in my car to listen to actual radio, FM or AM. I use my radio just to stream my phone and listen to podcasts or things that I want to listen to on demand. So social media usage continues to grow in Thailand. Line is by far the most popular, 78% of Thais using Line. Facebook, 68%, followed by Messenger, TikTok and Instagram. Tipping that TikTok's probably going to be ahead of Messenger and even Facebook over the next 12 months. Video streaming, as we saw, continuing to grow. YouTube by far the most popular platform, followed by Netflix, TrueID and AIS Play, which are 2 mobile phone corporations here in Thailand. Then Disney at 14%. Music streaming, YouTube Music is king. 71% of Thais getting their music on YouTube, followed by Joox, 42%, Spotify, then Apple Music. So those changes in media consumption, I think, would be reflected pretty much around the world. Differences, obviously, in the various platforms. But would be interested to hear down below, what is your most popular media platform? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? I mean, where do you get most of your media these days? And what devices do you use? And please support our sponsors, 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com. Also, Beach House Thailand. Links in the description below if you'd like to get some more information on either of our sponsors. And just for a change of speed, Bangkok Post reports immigration police launch campaign for LGBTQIA2+ travellers. What's going on here? Immigration police on Thursday launched their Welcome Pride by Immigration campaign to allay concerns among the LGBTQIA2+, travellers who may look different from their passport photos. And the commander of Immigration Division 2 said some people may have undergone surgeries that altered their facial structures, leading to concerns during immigration checks. But he assured travellers that immigration officers are ready to review alternative documents and medical records to verify their identity as the legitimate passport holders, despite any changes in their appearance. And finally, he said Thailand welcomes travellers worldwide, regardless of gender. And just for those who don't know, I was a bit confused by some of the last letters. LGBTQIA2+ stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and trans, queer and questioning, intersex, asexual or agender, and two-spirit. So now I know, and so do you. So thanks for joining us as we whipped around Thailand with quite a big variety of stories today. Now, tomorrow's live program, yes, we are doing a bit of a deep dive into, well, immigration and foreign affairs ministry. Two different departments, hence there's been quite a bit of misunderstanding. We'll get into all that tomorrow. That'll be between 9 and 10 a.m. Thai time. You're all welcome. There's no cost involved yet, but we do look forward to you joining us. And thanks for joining us today. Have a great Friday.